Joe Biden is the presumptive nominee for the Democrats in the 2020 presidential election. He previously served for 8 years as vice president under Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017. Prior to this, he served as a U.S. Senator from Delaware from 1973 to 2009. Within a few weeks, Biden will be choosing a running mate. All of the candidates he's currently vetting are women, and his choice needs to be done precisely. Biden will be the oldest person elected to the presidency if elected in November. His running mate needs to be someone the American people can feel comfortable about taking over on day one. I think they also need to feel comfortable that it's somebody who is reflective of what is going on in this nation at this time. This ad is called Unite Us, Joe Biden for President, and has had over 1 million views on YouTube since it was posted on June 18th. His YouTube channel has 76.8 thousand subscribers. Before we start the video, how did it go viral? And Dao Nguyen really talks about this from BuzzFeed when she talks about cultural cartography. And really what makes a video going viral is not just tagging it with a meta tag for what is happening in it, but really how it makes people feel. That's how, when people can connect with a video, that's how it becomes to go viral. What images are used? Jonah Berger also tells us that we need to use triggers. What's going to trigger you to react to something? Emotion and stories. You'll notice in the entire ad, he never once refers to Donald Trump by name. He has some images of him that we all know what he was doing during those images. For example, at one point, you'll see him standing in front of the church with a Bible. We all know that he had forcibly removed protesters at that point. It's a very, very public image.
I know so many Americans are suffering loss of a loved one, suffering economic hardship. The country is crying out for leadership that can unite us, leadership that brings us together.
And so, again, he uses images of the hospital, right? So COVID-19, he's actually linking it back to that. The Black Lives Matter protesters, right? Economic hardship. He shows an abandoned factory, right? We can all relate to something that is going on right now, whether we are unemployed or we don't have enough money to pay bills, or we know someone or we ourselves have had COVID-19. These are all triggers, right? These are all things that are happening in our lives.
That's what the presidency is, the duty to care for all of us, not just those who vote for us, but all of us. But I promise you this, I won't traffic in fear and division.
I won't traffic in fear and division, as he's standing behind the American flags. And I think that right there is a very presidential moment. This is what we think about when we think about a president and how a president. And then he immediately goes to this of Donald Trump, talking about both sides were violent in Virginia. This was the Charlottesville incident.
I won't fan the flames of hate. I'll seek to
fan the flames of hate. Fan the flames of hate. How many of us have known hate? Again, we can connect it right back. And then he goes into this next image where he's sitting with an African-American man. They're both wearing masks, having a discussion.
Heal the racial wounds that have long plagued our country, not use them for political gain. I'll do my job and I will take responsibility. I won't blame others. You know, I've said from the outset of this election that we're in the battle for the soul of this nation. What we believe.
This image is really, really powerful. There were just 4 recent polls done that have estimated between 15 million and 26 million people in the U.S. have participated in demonstrations over the murder of George Floyd and others in recent weeks. Either we've been there, either we know someone who's been there, or we've been watching these images on social media and on TV, on the nightly news. This is action. He's again connecting us back to what's happening.
Maybe most importantly, who we want to be. It's all at stake. We stand together, finally as one America. We'll rise stronger than we were before. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
As we close out, it's important to just note that this ad actually hit emotions so well, and it connected to people to the reality of what is going on in our world at this moment.